On the 9th of February 2015, 4 people lost their lives when the brakes failed on a fully loaded tipper driving downhill on a street in Bath. In January this year, nearly 2 years after the tragic incident, the owner of the tipper operator, Grittenham Haulage, and a mechanic used by the company were sentenced to more than 12 years in prison collectively. Commercial Motor recently hosted a roundtable discussion with industry heads to discuss the Bath tipper case, how the non-compliant operator was able to operate without discovery, and what the road transport industry must do to prevent collisions such as this from happening again. Attendees, including the Traffic Commissioner Kevin Rooney and Detective Constable Wayne Sumsion, who worked on the criminal investigation, discussed the shortfallings of Grittenham Haulage, whether or not qualifications for truck fitters should be mandatory, and whether new operators should be kept a closer eye on by the Office of the Traffic Commissioner. But the overall message of the day was that while Grittenham Haulage was a badly managed, non-compliant business which ultimately caused the deaths of 4 people, it's an anomaly. One bad business in a largely safe and compliant industry.
Okay, so the first thing I want to say is that the Bath tipper case was clearly a very serious incident. Let's not forget that 4 people lost their lives and 2 were seriously injured. Been delighted to be discussing with other people from the industry today what we should take away from it, and I would say there are 3 things. The first is the important role of the transport manager and that he has appropriate qualifications and keeps up to date. The second would be that you've got an effective maintenance regime and you see that regime is maintained. And the third thing, which is I know a thing that the Senior Traffic Commissioner is very keen on, is that directors understand their obligations. So if your transport manager is not around, you need to know what should be done by the transport manager and see that it is being done. So 3 things: transport manager, maintenance regime and directors' obligations.
What I'm taking away today is that industry really wants to learn from this tragic thing that's happened in Bath, and they're willing to invest money to make sure that this sort of thing doesn't happen again. It's a very positive session today.